The Artemis II mission is the latest event in the US-China space race to take control of the lunar South Pole, Mars, and determine the future of space travel for the next 100 years. Let me explain. They want to use the moon as a gas station. To understand why, we need a bit of science. Rocket fuel is heavy and it's expensive to launch from Earth into space. On the moon, that fuel is 68% lighter, which is why most planned manned missions to Mars involve refueling in lunar orbit using fuel made on the moon. How do you make fuel on the moon, you ask? Water. You can use electricity derived from solar power to split H2O into hydrogen and oxygen, turn those into their liquid versions, which are then used as rocket fuel. There's exactly one place on the moon that likely has ice water and consistent sunlight for solar power, and that is the lunar South Pole. The thing is, international law dictates that no one can own territory on the moon, but they can own things that they mine or process, for example, if they turn ice water, let's say, into rocket fuel. So really, this is a race of who can settle and build bases on the moon first to manufacture that fuel and to build settlements. That's why the US wants boots on the moon by 2028 and China by 2030. Artemis II is basically just a preliminary test to ensure that the systems are working for Artemis III and Artemis IV when they send people to search areas on the moon with water ice. There are many reasons why the US and China are trying to expand to the moon and Mars, but it ultimately just boils down to power. It's another projection of their technological superiority and a show of strength. Much like the original space race to the moon between the US and the USSR was in the Cold War. And I just find it deeply disturbing that a country has the extra resources and time to send people to the moon while actively waging wars that are killing people and wiping out energy grids. Nonetheless, I'm still a big fan of space exploration, and I think we still owe it to congratulate these brave astronauts for making it further into space than any human has before, and also being the first to enter lunar orbit in more than half a century. It's important to make a distinction between their achievements and larger geopolitical motivations, and celebrate the wins while we can. Godspeed, Artemis II.